figure I'd get me a job at the post office, maybe at a bank, you know what I'm saying?
All good, man.
Work real hard, work my way up to manager.
We need more black people like this.
You know what I'm saying? Learn the system a little bit, and I'll rob that. Break all y'all yourselves.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trevor again to y'all in the video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all having a very great week. My day is going absolutely stupendous. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers to the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Florida by way of Tallahassee. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Florida, everybody outside the great city of Tallahassee. Now, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. Now, you all, I'm not going to be long today, but I'm going to be very strong, like an old batch of collard greens. Now, I want to ask you a question. What does it profit a heifer to steal from the church, but lose her only soul and also her freedom? As in the case of this story right here, where we have a woman who goes by the name of Marissa Humos, 48 years old, who has been recently arrested, yes, on multiple felonies. Now, one of those felonies came from a church that she was working at, and the church goes by the name of Greater Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church. I know it's a long name. Say it with me, you all. Greater, yes, Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church. And now, what Marissa Humos have done will have you all scratching your head, because you would think on one hand, why steal if you have a job? Think about that. Let me ask you a question before we dive deep into the story. Do you know anybody who had it good and just messed it all up? Why do human beings do that? Why sit there and mess up a good thing, and then when it's gone, you sit here looking crazy in this mugshot like this? And you can tell she been eating very good. Now, this story is really going to show you also that you got to be careful who you trust and also who you allow to work with you. Now, you would think on one hand that if a person got one job, they don't have to steal. So if you got two jobs, you damn sure ain't got no reason to steal. Think about that. But as you all know, some people don't stop till they get enough, like they Michael Jackson or somebody like that. And now, I know when I do these stories about the church, it be mostly about the pastors, but this time, the pastor didn't do nothing wrong. The pastor is innocent in this whole situation. So for those of you all who are saying that the pastor is involved, or the pastor may have known or stole some money himself, no, the pastor did not take nothing. And the way that we know that the pastor did not take any money from the church is because the pastor himself, who go by the name of Pastor Roderick L. Robinson Jr., reported the incident himself to the sheriff's office. So for those of you all who are saying that the pastor is involved, no, the pastor is totally innocent. Now, on one hand, you also got to ask yourself this right here. What's the purpose of going to work if you're going just to steal? Like, how much money do you need? But at the same time, I know Pastor Robinson, when he first heard about the incident, he turned around and told Marissa Humos,
"Not on my watch. Not on my watch."
And let's begin.
A former church treasurer arrested and accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from a Tallahassee church. LCSO says Marissa Humos stole over $70,000 from the church's Cash App account.
And now, family, this incident first started back in June of 2022, where it was reported that Marissa Humos first got a job at Mount Pleasant Greater Missionary Baptist Church, working as the church treasurer. Now, for anybody who know anything about the church treasurer, you know that the church treasurer is over the finances, bookkeeping, or whatnot. Now, they also says that Marissa Humos had access to not only the Cash App account, but also to the bank account, which means she had access to all the money. So who else could steal that amount of money without nobody catching on to it? And also adding to that point, the only person that could take that amount of money would be the pastor himself, which Pastor Robinson did not take a dime, or the bookkeeper. Yes, the bookkeeper in this situation is the person that's guilty. Now, like I told you all just a couple minutes ago, you would think that if you already have one job, you don't have to steal. But if you have two jobs, there's no way in hell you should be stealing any damn thing, because that's why you get up and take your butt to work. But as you all may know by now, some people don't know when to say when. Now, on one hand, one got to ask themselves this question right here. Why sit up here and jeopardize your livelihood, jeopardize your freedom, get charged with multiple felonies, all because you want extra money when you already got a good job, yes, working for the church, and then she also had a good job working for the state of Florida. Word was reported that she was administrative assistant working for the Florida Wildlife and Gaming Commission, which means she had a good state job. And guess what, family? She messed that up too. And like I've been telling you all for the last 9 years about people with these pie faces, you can't trust them. You got to be very careful. So for anyone out there watching me with a pie face, please do better. Anyway, let's continue.
According to arrest papers, Humos worked at the Greater Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church on Golden Street in Frenchtown. LCSO says the pastor reported issues with their finances to the sheriff's office back in June.
And now, as you all heard the news reporter state, the news reporter stated that Pastor Robinson first reported this incident to the sheriff's office back in June, after 3 years. And what makes it even more bad, family, is the fact that they say that as soon as Marissa Humos had got the job as the church treasurer, she started stealing the money then. And not only that, family, she also stole the money up until the day that they fired her ass. That's a damn shame right there. Think about that. Like, girl, when was you going to stop stealing these people money? And also, how do you steal $70,000? And to all my mathematicians out there, if she stole $70,000 over 3 years, that means on average, yes, average, she was stealing about $22,300 some a damn year. Talking about getting paid under the table. That's why the story has the topic, robbing Peter to pay Paul. But guess what though? She robbed Peter to pay Paul, but she should have kept some of that money she gave Paul, because she gonna need some of that money to give, yes, the state of Florida, to get her ass out of trouble. Now, they have an old saying, and I'm sure Marissa Humos, being 48 years old, she know about this saying. Trouble, yeah, somebody know it, because you got your ass in trouble before, like I did. Anyway, they say trouble is easy to get into, but what? But hard as hell to get out of. Anyway, let's close up and see what else this heifer had done.
Humos is also facing a separate grand theft charge from the time she spent working at FWC. She's accused of lying on her time cards and racking up more than $5,000 in unearned pay there.
And now in closing, as you all heard, not only did she steal $70,000 from Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church, but she was also taking her ass to work, yes, still in time. And you all heard that from the news itself, not me. Because one thing about Trey King, we don't lie on nobody. We don't speculate. We speak number what? Yes, somebody said it. For facts. That's all we do over here. And some people get mad at that. They want to hurt your boy. But anyway, now, if you ever wake up and find yourself or your family member or even a friend on the Trey King show, do not email me trying to threaten me, because I will turn your ass into the FBI. But at the same time, why sit up here and put yourself in a position that you didn't have to even be in? I'm about to say, girl, you feel me? But why do that to yourself? That's like taking a gun and shooting yourself in your own damn foot. Think about that. And guess what, family? What make it all even more worse is the fact that she did not even have to do this. Because like I told you all, this heifer already had 2 damn jobs. One working with the church and then one working with the state of Florida. But guess what though, family? That wasn't good enough. So since that wasn't good enough, guess what happened? God take it all away. And like all my church people out there say, as he give it, he shall take it away when you don't appreciate your blessings. Now, on one hand, you got to ask yourself this in closing. Why would a person at 48 years old who never been charged with a felony, why would they put themselves in a position they'd have to be in? Because, girl, you already had it good. You had a good job at the church, and then you also had one with the state of Florida. But guess what, though? All that is taken away. And true enough, she stole $70,000 from the church, and then she also stole $5,000 from the state of Florida. But guess what, though, family? Now, that's $75,000. But I guarantee you, it's going to cost her double that to get out of trouble. And the main thing I want you all to take from this story is this right here. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to sit your ass down. Because there's no sense of messing up your life when you don't have to even do it that way. Because you already working. And people go to work to do what? Take care of themselves and make money. But even when they have it like that, guess what though, family? Sometimes, that's not good enough. And as you all can tell, once again, she was eating high off the hog. Look at that face. That girl full of pork chops and damn hamburgers. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed when you're talking about true intent, please let me know in the comments section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member. Also share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed and appreciate what God has blessed you with. And guess what? If you can't appreciate that, it all shall get taken away. Anyway, I will see y'all soon on next Trey King show. And I'm out.